You won't believe what a simple Lego project revealed about one father's deepest regrets and the true meaning of love. This is a story about guilt, hope, and the power of perseverance that will break your heart, then lift it again. In just a few minutes, you'll see how one small boy's determination changed everything for his family. You'll witness a father's painful journey from shame to understanding and learn the unexpected lesson that brought them closer than ever. And here's the twist. It's not just about building toys. It's about building bridges of compassion and redemption. You'll want to see how this story unfolds and the moment everything changes. So before we dive in, drop a comment telling us where you're watching from and hit that like button if you believe love can heal even the deepest wounds. Stay tuned. What happens next will challenge everything you thought you knew about strength, pride, and family. You won't want to miss a second of this emotional journey. I woke up early that morning. The sun was shining softly through the window. I looked around my small house. Everything was quiet. I felt a strange mix of pride and sadness inside me. Today was a special day. In the corner of the room, I saw my son sitting at the table. He was holding a box of colorful Lego pieces. His face was serious. He wanted to build something. I watched him quietly. My son has a small disability. He finds it hard to do many things that other children do easily. Sometimes he gets frustrated, but he never gives up. He keeps trying, even when things fall apart. I remembered my wife's smile. She loved my son very much. She always said he was special, but sometimes I felt ashamed. I was proud of my son, yes, but I also felt embarrassed. I didn't want others to see what I saw as weakness. Today, I decided to help him build a Lego house. It was a simple idea. Just a small house made of tiny bricks. I thought it would be easy. I wanted him to feel proud. I walked over to him. "Let's build a house," I said with a smile. I reached out and picked up some Lego pieces. At first, it was fun. The pieces clicked together. The house started to take shape. But soon, the pieces kept falling apart. I got frustrated. I sighed loudly. "Why can't you do it right?" I said sharply. My voice was louder than I meant. My son looked at me with big, quiet eyes. He didn't say anything. He just kept trying. I felt my face burn with shame. I didn't want to see that look. I knew I had been too harsh. I wanted to help, but I was angry. I looked away. I took a step back. I thought about my wife's kind words. She always said patience was important. I remembered how she smiled when my son tried again and again. But today I was not patient. I felt embarrassed. I felt ashamed. I looked at my son sitting there, trying again. He didn't stop. I quietly watched him. He was so small and quiet, yet so determined. I wondered if I had been too harsh. I wondered if I had been unfair. My son picked up a piece again. He carefully placed it on the house. It didn't fit right. He tried again. Slowly, he moved that tiny brick into the right place. I took a deep breath. I looked at him. He was still trying. Even after all my anger, he kept going. For a moment, I felt something strange inside me. It was a small feeling of guilt. I knew I had been wrong to be so harsh. I wanted to do better. I didn't say a word. I just watched him work. I saw that he was not giving up. I saw his quiet strength. In that moment, I realized something. Maybe my son was more than I thought. Maybe he was trying to teach me something. Today was only the beginning. Tomorrow I would try again. I would try to be kinder. I would try to see the love inside my son. And maybe, just maybe, I could start to change. Because deep inside, I knew that love is stronger than anger, and that even in my darkness, there was hope. That was the start of my journey. I didn't know where it would lead, but I knew I wanted to be a better father. And my son, with his tiny Lego house, was already showing me the way. I sat on the floor with the box of Lego pieces. My son was next to me. He wanted to build a small house with the blocks. I watched him carefully. His small hands moved slowly, trying to fit pieces together. "Come on," I said. "Let's make this quick." I was feeling impatient. I wanted him to finish fast so we could go outside. He didn't say anything. He just kept trying. His eyes looked focused. Sometimes a piece fell off. He picked it up and tried again. I picked up a piece and handed it to him. "Here, put this here," I said, pointing to a spot. But the piece didn't fit. He pushed it gently, but it wouldn't lock into place. "That's wrong," I muttered. I felt my frustration grow. I squeezed my fists. I wanted to tell him to give up, but I didn't say anything. Instead, I crossed my arms and watched. He tried again. Carefully, he snapped a piece into a corner. It was a small step, but I didn't notice. I looked away and sighed. The boy kept trying. He didn't get upset or angry. He just kept fixing his mistakes and trying again. I saw his face. It was calm. He didn't give up. I remembered my wife's words. She always said, "Be patient. Love takes time." But I felt tired and angry. Building a Lego house was harder than I thought. Suddenly, I felt ashamed. I looked at my son. He was still trying. Without noise or fuss, he kept at it. I realized I was too harsh. I should be patient. I should help him, not push him away. I took a deep breath. I put my hand on his shoulder. "Let me help you," I said softly. He looked up at me with big, quiet eyes. I saw hope in them. I helped him pick some pieces. I guided his small hands gently. We worked together. It was slow, but we were building something. A little house, piece by piece. When the house started to take shape, I felt a small smile. My son looked proud. His face shone with quiet joy. I felt my heart soften. I thought, he is trying so hard. He is brave. I saw that his patience was stronger than my anger. His quiet strength was beautiful. I knelt down and looked at the Lego house. It wasn't perfect. Pieces were tricky to fit, but he kept going. He never gave up. I whispered, "Good job, my son." I felt a warm feeling inside. It was a little bit of hope. Maybe I could learn to be more patient. Maybe I could see the beauty in his perseverance. We finished the Lego house together. It wasn't big or fancy, but it was ours. I looked at him and said, "Thank you for trying so hard." He smiled quietly. He didn't need words. That day I learned something important. Building a house is hard, but trying again, no matter what, is even harder. And it is also very brave. In that small moment, I saw the real strength of my son, and I promised myself to be a better father, more patient, more kind, because I knew, deep inside, that love is the strongest thing of all. I sat quietly and watched my son. He was still holding the small Lego piece in his hand. His face was focused, his eyes serious. He had been trying to build a little Lego house for a long time. Piece after piece, he tried to fit them together. Sometimes, the pieces fell apart. He didn't stop. He kept trying again and again. I remembered when we first started. I told him, "You can do it." But inside, I felt worried. I thought maybe he couldn't do it because of his disability. I felt tense every time he struggled. I wanted to help, but also wanted to see if he could do it himself. I wanted to see if he could build it without me. But every time the pieces fell apart, I felt impatient. I didn't want to wait anymore. I frowned and sighed loudly. I told him, "Let me do it." I grabbed some pieces to help, but I was not gentle. I was short and angry inside. I wanted him to finish fast, but it was hard. The Lego kept breaking, and I felt like giving up. He looked at me. His small face didn't show anger or sadness. He just kept trying. Quietly, he bent down again and picked up a Lego piece. His tiny hands moved carefully. He tried to fit it into his house. It didn't fit at first. He pushed a little, then pulled back. Then he tried again, carefully. I watched him. His patience surprised me. I felt a little guilty. Maybe I was too quick to get angry. Maybe I didn't see how brave he was. Every time he tried, he showed me how strong he was, even if he was small. I looked away. I didn't want him to see I felt sad. But deep inside, I knew I had been unfair. I remembered what my wife used to say. She said, "Be patient. Love takes time, and your son is brave, even if he is different." I took a deep breath. I decided to stay quiet for a while. I just watched him work. He kept trying, piece by piece. His face was calm, his hands careful. He was building something. I didn't understand it yet, but I could see he was not giving up. After many tries, he finally put a piece into the house and snapped it into place. It fit perfectly. He didn't jump or shout. He just looked at it. His face lit up with a small smile. It was a quiet, happy smile. I felt a strange feeling inside. It was not anger or frustration. It was peace. I saw how hard he had worked. I saw his love for his Lego house and for trying. He didn't care if it took a long time. He just kept going. I wiped my eyes. I didn't want him to see me cry, but I couldn't help it. I felt tears come into my eyes. I realized that he had shown me something very important. His quiet strength was bigger than any Lego house. His perseverance was a lesson for me. I softly said, "Good job." My voice was shaky. He looked up at me with big eyes. I felt my heart soften. I knew I had to be more patient. I had to learn from him. His way was stronger than mine. In that moment, I promised myself to try again, to be better for him, to believe in his quiet perseverance, to love him no matter what, because I saw then how much he could teach me, how brave he was, just by trying and never giving up. And as he looked at his finished Lego house, I knew this was only the start. We still had more to build, more to learn. But I also knew from that day, I would try to be more like him, steady, patient, and full of love. I walk into the small room where my son is sitting. He has a pile of colorful Lego pieces in front of him. His hands move carefully, trying to build a small house. I watch him without saying a word. I remember how he has tried so many times before. Sometimes he gets upset when pieces fall apart, but he keeps trying again and again. I feel something strange inside me. It is not happiness. It is not pride. It is a deep feeling I don't want to face. I remember my wife's smile when she helped him. I remember how I used to think he was not capable. I told myself that he could not do big things. I thought he was too different. But today, I watch my son work quietly. He doesn't give up. His small fingers fix a piece that fell. He puts another piece carefully onto the house. He is so patient, so calm. He doesn't complain. He just keeps trying. I step closer, but I don't say anything. I feel a knot in my stomach. I remember how I got angry the last time he made a mistake. I told him to stop. I told him he was not good enough. I see now how wrong I was. My son looks up at me. His eyes are bright. There is a small smile on his lips. He seems happy just doing his best. My heart feels heavy. I want to say something, but I cannot find the words. I just watch him. I think about all the times I wanted to give up, all the times I got tired and angry. I see now how much he has tried. Even with all his struggles, he never stops. He keeps going, quietly and bravely. I realize I have judged him too soon. I judged him because I was afraid. I was afraid he could never do what others do. But he is showing me now that he can try, and trying is enough. Just trying matters. I take a small step closer. I kneel down beside him. I look at his Lego house. It is not perfect. Some pieces are loose, but I see the love in every piece. I see his hope and his strength. I put my hand gently on his shoulder. I say softly, "Good job, my son." He looks at me and gives a small nod. I feel tears coming to my eyes, not tears of anger or disappointment, tears of sadness and hope. In this moment, I understand something very important. My son's perseverance is more powerful than my prejudice. His quiet effort teaches me that love and patience are stronger than hate or fear. I promise myself to do better. I promise to be patient. I promise to believe in him no matter what. And in that quiet moment, I feel a little hope grow inside me. Hope that love can heal old wounds. Hope that even a father full of mistakes can learn to be kind. And hope that my son's small hands can build something very big, a future full of love and patience. I looked at the Lego house. It was not finished. The boy was sitting next to it. He was very quiet. He had tried many times to put the last piece in place. Each time, it fell off, but he kept trying. I watched him. My heart felt strange. Part of me was proud. I saw how patient and calm he was. He never gave up, even when it was hard. But another part of me felt angry inside. I wanted him to do it faster. I wanted it to be over. I remembered when I first tried to help him. I got upset quickly. I told him he couldn't do it. I said he was too slow. I told him to give up. That memory made me feel ashamed. I didn't want to be that man anymore. The boy reached out carefully. He looked at the last piece of Lego. It was small and tricky. I held my breath. I watched him. His tiny fingers moved slowly. He focused very hard. I saw his face was serious, almost sad. He pushed the piece gently into the Lego house. This time, it stayed. It fit perfectly. The boy's face lit up with a small smile. He didn't say a word. He just looked at his work. His eyes shone with happiness. I felt my heart squeeze. I wanted to cry. I saw how much effort he had put in. I saw how much love he had inside. He didn't give up, no matter how many times he failed. He built that house with patience and hope. I took a step closer. I didn't say anything. I just watched him. He looked at me and nodded slightly. I saw that he was proud. I was proud too, but I also felt sad. Sad because I had doubted him before. He gently touched the Lego house. It was his little world now. Quietly, I said, "You did it. You really did it." My voice was soft, almost a whisper. He looked at me and smiled. This was a small, simple moment, but it felt very big. In that moment, I understood something important. Building the Lego house was more than just putting pieces together. It was about never giving up. It was about love and patience. It was about trusting that even small hands can do big things. I looked at my son. He was silent, but I knew he was happy. I saw that he was strong inside. His perseverance was bigger than any failure. I felt a tiny hope grow in my heart. I reached out and gently touched his shoulder. I said, "Thank you for not giving up. You are very brave." He looked at me with bright eyes. Maybe he didn't say words, but I knew he understood. That day I saw how much he loved building his house. I saw that he was not broken. He was strong and full of hope. He taught me that patience and love can make us stronger than pain. And I realized something too. The real victory is not just finishing the house. The real victory is in the heart. His quiet strength was bigger than any words. It told me that love and patience can heal even the deepest wounds. I looked at the Lego house one more time. It was not perfect, but to me, it was beautiful, because it was built with hope, love, and perseverance. Just like my son, and just like us trying to be better each day. I sat quietly by the table. My son was building his Lego house again. He was very careful. His small hands moved slowly but surely. I watched him try and try, piece by piece. I felt a strange feeling inside me. Part of me wanted to help. Part of me wanted to stop him. I remembered when I first tried to help him. I got angry when the pieces fell apart. I told him he was not good enough. I said he could not do it. But he kept trying. He did not give up, even when I wanted him to. Now I saw him trying again, quietly and patiently. It made me think. Maybe I was wrong to doubt him. Maybe he was stronger than I thought. Maybe love is more powerful than my anger. My wife's voice came into my mind. She used to say, "Patience and love are the most important." I wished she was here to see this. I wished I could tell her I was learning. Suddenly, I felt tears in my eyes. I knew I had made many mistakes. I had judged my son too quickly. I had hurt him with my words. I looked at him. He was focused. His face was peaceful. He was happy in his own way. I saw that he loved building his Lego house. He was proud of himself, even if the house was not perfect. I took a deep breath. I knew I had to do something. I quietly moved closer. I sat next to him. I put my hand gently on his shoulder. "Good job," I said softly. "You are doing very well." He looked up at me. He smiled a little without words. That smile was enough. It told me he was proud. It told me he was strong. In that moment, I understood. My son is not broken. He is brave. He is patient. And he teaches me what love really means. I felt a deep sadness inside me for all the time I had lost. But I also felt hope. I knew I could change. I could be a better father. For him, for my wife, and for myself. I looked at the Lego house. It was not finished yet, but it was enough. Because my son had shown me something much bigger. He had shown me the power of perseverance and love. And I promised myself that I would never give up on him. I would be patient. I would be kind. Because I knew now that love can heal even the deepest wounds. That day I learned a truth I would never forget. The greatest strength is not in how fast we build or how perfect we are. The greatest strength is in how much we learn to love and to forgive. And I knew, no matter what happens next, I would always remember this moment. The moment I saw my son's quiet, brave heart. The moment I realized that love is the true home we all need to find. And I was ready to try again, to be patient, to love him more than ever before. I sat quietly and watched my son from the corner of the room. He was sitting on the floor, carefully trying to put the last piece into his Lego house. His small hands moved slowly, but he didn't give up. His face was calm and focused. I felt a strange feeling inside me. Part of me wanted to look away. Part of me wanted to stop him. I remembered all the times I had been angry when he failed. I remembered the words I had said that made him sad. But today, I stayed still. I watched him build in silence. His patience was like a quiet river that kept flowing, even when the water was rough. It was different from my quick temper. It was strong and gentle at the same time. Suddenly, I felt tears in my eyes. I didn't want to cry. I didn't want him to see me like this. But my feelings were too big. I felt sad and sorry inside. I remembered how I used to think my son was not capable. I thought he couldn't do things like other children. Now I saw that he could. And he was doing it quietly, with love and patience. He wasn't loud or angry. He kept trying again and again. The last piece clicked into place. The Lego house was finished. He sat back and looked at his work. His face showed no words, but his eyes shone with happiness. It was like he was saying, "I did it." Without saying a word, he showed me something very important. In that moment, I understood. My son's quiet effort was stronger than any words. His love was pure and real. I saw how much he believed in himself. I saw how much he loved building that house. My tears spilled over. I felt a deep ache in my chest. I was ashamed, but also happy. I had been wrong to doubt him. I had judged him unfairly. Now I knew that love and patience are stronger than anger and prejudice. I slowly moved closer. I reached out my hand and gently touched his shoulder. He looked at me and smiled. His smile was soft and full of trust. I wanted to say so many things, but I couldn't find the words. Instead, I knelt down beside him. I looked at his Lego house and then at his face. I whispered, "Thank you," softly. It was a small word, but it carried all my feelings, my regret, my hope, and my love. That day, I learned something very important. My son was not broken. He was strong and brave. He had built more than just a Lego house. He had built a little piece of hope inside me. And from that moment, I promised myself to be more patient, to see the strength, not his weakness, to believe in him, no matter what. Because sometimes, the smallest, quietest effort can teach us the biggest lessons. And love, real love, can change everything. I looked at my son. He was sitting quietly on the floor. In front of him was the half-built Lego house. The pieces were scattered around him. Some parts looked a little crooked, but he kept trying. His small hands gently pressed a piece into place. I remembered how he had built that Lego house over many days. I had watched him try again and again. Each time he made mistakes. Sometimes the pieces fell apart, but he never stopped. He just kept trying, quietly and patiently. I felt my heart squeeze. I had been angry and impatient before. I had doubted he could do it. But now, I saw how much effort he put in. I saw how happy he looked when he finally fit a piece. I stepped closer slowly. I knelt down beside him. "You did a good job," I said softly. He looked up at me with big, bright eyes. No words, just a small smile that showed he was proud. He carefully touched the Lego house. It wasn't perfect, but to him, it was beautiful. I felt tears come to my eyes. Not tears of pride, but tears of regret. I had judged him too harshly. I had forgotten that strength isn't about being perfect. It's about never giving up. I reached out and gently touched his shoulder. "I am sorry," I whispered. "I was wrong to get angry. You are very brave." He looked at me and nodded, still silent, but I could see his love. His quiet love was stronger than words. In that moment, I understood. This Lego house wasn't just a toy. It was a symbol. It showed me that my son is strong in his own way. His perseverance is a kind of victory, and his love is real, even if he cannot say it out loud. I looked at him and smiled. "Let's finish your house together," I said. He nodded eagerly. We worked side by side, fitting pieces into place. I realized that love and patience are the real building blocks. They can fix even the most broken things. That day, I learned something very important. It's not about being perfect or quick. It's about trying and never giving up. That is true strength, and that is the real gift my son gives me. From now on, I promise myself to be more patient, to believe in him and in love, because even in the smallest Lego house, I saw the biggest hope, and I saw that love can heal even the deepest wounds. I sat quietly and looked at my son. For a long time, I had watched him work on his Lego house. He was very careful. He moved slowly and tried again and again. He didn't give up, even when the pieces fell apart. I remembered all the times I got angry. I told him he couldn't do it. I doubted him and thought he was not strong enough. But he kept trying. He never gave up. Now I saw his face. His eyes were bright. His small hands gently pressed the last Lego piece into place. The house was finished. It was simple, but it was strong. He sat back quietly and looked at his work. His lips turned up in a tiny smile. I felt something in my chest. It was not pride. It was not anger. It was something else, a strange feeling I didn't understand at first. I looked at him and thought about all the times I had doubted him. I had not seen how much he wanted to do this. I had not seen how much he loved building his Lego house. Suddenly, I felt tears in my eyes. I was surprised. I never thought I would cry over a Lego house. But now I knew. My son's patience and quiet strength had taught me something very important. I reached out and gently touched his shoulder. He looked at me and smiled. I felt a warm sadness. I wanted to say I was sorry. Sorry for doubting him. Sorry for not believing in his gentle power. I whispered, "You did it. You built your house. I am proud of you." He looked at me with big, quiet eyes. I saw his love and his courage. I realized that he did not need my anger or my shame. He just needed my patience and my love. That day, I promised myself I would try harder. I would watch him with new eyes. I would see his strength, not his weakness. I would be a better father, one who believes in his son no matter what. And as I looked at him, I knew. This Lego house was more than just a toy. It was a sign that love and perseverance can change everything. In that moment, I felt hope. I knew that from now on, I would try to be more patient. I would learn to see his true strength, because I had learned something very important. Love is powerful. Love can heal even the deepest wounds. I sit quietly and look at the Lego house. My son is next to me. He is very still. His face is calm. He has worked so hard to build this house. I remember all the times I got angry when the pieces fell apart. I remember how I wanted to give up, but he kept trying. He never stopped. Today he finally finished. The last piece snaps into place. He does not shout or cheer. He just touches the Lego house softly. His face reveals happiness, a gentle smile. He looks at me with big, quiet eyes. I feel something inside me. It is strange. It is a warm feeling I do not often feel. I think about all the times I doubted him. I thought he could not do it. I thought he would never finish. I was wrong. He showed me that patience and love are stronger than my fear. I take a deep breath. I look at my son. I want to say so many things, but I cannot find the words. Instead, I slowly kneel beside him. I reach out and touch his small hand. It is warm and steady. He looks up at me. I see no anger or disappointment in his eyes, only love, only pride in himself. I realize I have been wrong about many things. I have judged him too soon. I have tried to hide my shame by being angry. Now I understand. My son's quiet strength is more powerful than I ever knew. His love is pure and real. He did not give up. He kept trying, even when it was hard. Tears fill my eyes. I feel sad, but also happy. I am sorry for all the times I hurt him with my words and my silence. I want to be a better father. I want to believe in him forever. I wipe my tears away. I look at him and smile softly. You did it. I say softly. You built something beautiful. My voice is shaky, but I mean every word. He nods and gently touches the Lego house again. He does not need words. His smile says everything. He is proud, he is strong, and he is loved. In that moment, I know I am changed. I see now that love, patience, and belief are more important than shame or pride. My son has shown me this. He has built much more than a Lego house. He has built hope inside my heart. We sit together quietly. The Lego house stands before us. It is not just a toy. It is a symbol of perseverance and love. It is a gift from my son and a lesson for me. Today I learned that true strength comes from love, and that love can heal even the deepest wounds. I will never forget this moment, and I will try my best to be the father he deserves. We look at the Lego house and at each other. We are both changed forever, and I know now deep down that love is the greatest gift of all.